Xavier Nation, this is Danny Dean, continuing on our National Signing Day coverage for GoXavier.com. I'm here with head coach Chris Mack. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Good.
Well, congratulations on the great 2017 recruiting class, another top 10 class that you got out of the summer. So we've heard from your staff some specifics about each of the guys. So looking at it from a class perspective, what do you expect from these guys coming in?
Well, there's a lot of learning that goes involved when you're a freshman, but I think we answered the bell when it comes to versatility. We wanted players that could complement one another. We wanted to get really good size. Felt like we got that. We also have a lot of scholarships to fill. We were light on scholarships this past year, and hopefully it'll have the makings of the class that McCura, Blewett, Sean O'Mara, and those guys had a few years ago. We're really excited about the class.
You obviously put together a class that's celebrated nationally, so how did you guys beat out the competition? I'm sure there were a lot of other schools vying for these guys, and do you think the transition to the Big East helped out with that?
I'm sure it did. I have a staff of really hard workers, guys that cover the details. They turn over every stone. You cast a wide net, so we're really fortunate and happy with the 5 recruits that we landed. But there's a lot of time and energy that's spent on kids that you miss on as well. And the kids that we got were very highly sought after. Feel like we have a guy basically at every position, which again, it goes back to we needed to make it a big class. We needed to fill a lot of scholarships, and really excited about the guys that we have. But I think the fact that we have a huge deal with Fox gives us exposure that maybe we didn't have several years ago. The fact that Villanova won a national championship in our conference lends itself to getting in the door of better and better players. And we're also a league that gets 5 to 6 teams every year in the NCAA Tournament, and that's what these guys want to be a part of, and we're excited to have them.
Well, along with all the factors you just mentioned with Fox and with your conference, talk about the $25 million renovations that you guys just had. How big of an impact will that have?
Well, it's had a big impact. It's not maybe the most important thing in recruiting, but make no mistake, it is important. The kids that we recruit have unbelievable choices, not just Xavier. And so when they step on our campus for the very first time, when they can see one of the best weight rooms in all college basketball, which we just opened here recently, when they can see plans for an expanded training room with hot tub, cold tub, and Alter-G, cryotherapy treatment, when you can show a recruit those type of things, it's comparative with the teams that we're recruiting, and in some cases our resources are even better. So from that standpoint, we're going to continue to do what we can to attract the best players in the country that are a great fit for Xavier.
Well, facilities aside and conferences aside, you guys are coming off a year where you were ranked in the top 5, and this year you're projected to be again in the top 5 in some preseason polls. And you were in a run where you've had 10 NCAA tournaments in the last 11 years. So that has provided Xavier with some incredible advantages to the competition.
Absolutely. The kids that we sign, they want to go to a place where you win, and it's a fact. We've been to so many tournaments. It's never a given. It's earned every single year, but kids want to play in the NCAA tournament. It's the biggest sporting event outside the Super Bowl in our country, and I think that's a huge selling point that we have. The fact that we're ranked, top 10 in the country this year, really has no merit on our current team, but it is nice for publicity. It is nice for recruiting. It opens the eyes of kids that we're trying to attract here to Xavier. And again, I think when you're a kid coming out of high school, you want to go to a program that wins and plays in the NCAA tournament. And fortunately, we've been able to do that over so many years and so many coaches.
Well, those are definitely 2 things that Xavier's been able to accomplish. Now, before we leave you, have you been thinking about any sort of motto for the season?
Any motto for the season? We talk to our guys about attacking and finishing. We've always been a team that's prided itself on attacking, whether it's in transition, whether it's attacking at the start of the game. You're not going to get anything in life handed to you, and certainly in our conference, every game is a war. But with the way that our season ended a year ago, and so much in the NCAA tournament has to do with matchups. There's a little bit of luck. Don't kid yourself. But it was a tough ending for everybody in that locker room. And we'd like to have a little bit different finish than we did a year ago to our season. So we've talked a lot about attacking and finishing in the preseason.
Well, I wish you the best of luck on attacking and finishing this season. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks.